Hi friends, welcome to your 12-minute yoga fix for anyone, anywhere, anytime. Begin standing on your mat in a mountain pose and take some big shoulder rolls. Inhale as you bring your shoulders up like you're going to touch your earlobes, and exhale as you creep down the spine in a big circle 3 or 4 times here. And then inhale, take a big wide circle with the arms, reaching the hands up to the sky. And then as we exhale, initiate by bending the knees and dive forward into a forward fold, keeping that bend in the knees as we take this really gentle at first, reaching the hands towards the mat, maybe wiggling the hips, and letting the head and torso hang so heavy. Inhale as you come to a flat back. Hands can come to the knees or shins like a big number 7 with our torso and legs, and then exhale to fold back down towards the floor. Bend into the knees enough for you to plant your hands on the mat. We're going to take a big step to the back of the mat with the left foot and sink that left knee down onto the mat into a low lunge here. You can support yourself by placing hands on the right knee or hands on the hips, or as you inhale, you can reach both arms up to the sky, letting gravity draw the hips down towards the mat and deepening this stretch. Exhale both hands to frame the front foot, lift the back knee off the mat and take a dragonfly twist. Left hand stays on the mat, right hand reaches towards the sky as we twist towards the bent leg and keeping the lunge nice and low. Come back to both hands on the mat. Step the back foot in slightly and straighten both legs. This is where you can use a block to help keep your spine and legs straight in your pyramid pose. Both toes are pointed towards the top of your mat, and our feet are not on a tightrope, they're on train tracks, so nice and parallel. Take both hands to the waist and inhale as you stand up, keeping the legs straight. Circle the arms out wide until the palms meet above the head, and maybe take a tiny little back bend here, opening the heart towards the sky. On an exhale, bring the hands back to the hips and hinge forward, folding over that forward leg. One more time, reach hands towards the mat. Step the left foot back to meet the right in your forward fold, letting yourself hang heavy, wiggle out the hips, alternate bending and straightening the legs. Inhale back to your flat back, straightening the spine and legs, and then exhale to fold back down. This time taking a big step with the right foot all the way to the back of the mat, dropping the right knee into your low lunge. Again, this side might feel different. You can let gravity do its thing or support yourself with your hands on the mat. But if you're reaching up to the sky, reach those fingertips up as high as you can and let the hips sink low. Exhale the hands to the mat to frame the front foot, and inhale to a dragonfly twist, lifting the back knee off the mat. Left hand to the sky, right hand on the mat, and keeping our lunge nice and low, keeping a 90-degree bend in the left leg. Exhale both hands to the mat, step the back foot in slightly and straighten out both legs for your pyramid pose. Folding over the front leg with a straight spine as much as we can, using blocks to reach the mat if it feels a little too far away. Inhale as you take hands to hips and straighten up to a standing position, and then reaching out, let the palms meet above the head and take a little back bend here, keeping the core strong and keeping that balance. Exhale as you let the hands come back to the hips, hinging forward and folding back over your left leg, keeping both legs straight until we step the right leg forward to meet the left and take your forward fold. Let the head and torso hang heavy here before we take this sequence again on the right side. Bend into the knees so the hands can reach the mat. Step back with the left foot and lower to your low lunge. Maybe this time inhale the arms up to the sky so that the hips can sink a bit lower. Exhale as you let the hands come down to the mat. Lift the back knee. Take your dragonfly twist towards the bent leg. Exhale the hand back down to the mat. Step back foot in a little bit and inhale into your pyramid stretch, keeping both legs straight and keeping a nice long spine as much as possible. Reaching with the top of the head forward towards the top of the mat and keeping the hips nice and square as well. Take both hands to the hips, inhale standing, and on your next inhale circle the arms out wide, maybe taking this back bend a bit deeper, maybe closing off the eyes to challenge your balance. Make this flow your own. Exhale the hands back to the hips, folding forward, reaching with the front of the chest until you meet your pyramid. Step left foot back in into your forward fold. Inhale, rise halfway up to a flat back, and exhale, forward fold. Bend into the knees, take a step back with the right foot into your low lunge, lowering the right knee, sinking the hips low as you take the arms up to the sky, reaching the fingertips high like you're being pulled in two directions. Hips going low, hands going high. Exhale, hands to the mat to frame your front foot. Lift the back knee and take your dragonfly twist. See if you can take your gaze up to that top hand, fully twisting towards the left leg, keeping the lunge nice and deep. Exhale, coming out of the twist, step the back foot in slightly, straighten out both legs and enter your pyramid stretch. Hinging forward from the hips, gently take both hands to the hips and inhale as you rise up to standing. Nice and slow. On an inhale, take the arms out wide and then take a little back bend here, maybe challenging yourself on this side to close off the eyes. Exhale, hands back to your hips. Fold forward, hinging, reaching forward with the chest until the hands reach the mat or your blocks, and then stepping right foot back to meet the left. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to your halfway lift, hands to knees or shins, and exhale, forward fold. Plant the hands, step back to your high plank, being really careful to stack shoulders over your wrists and keep the core nice and tight. Exhale as you chaturanga, keeping the elbows in, lowering down towards the floor. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra, and exhale via the knees, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. On an inhale, start a slow walk up towards the hands, little baby steps, trying to maybe keep those legs straight as long as possible before exhaling and arriving back in your forward fold. Inhale to a halfway lift, nice flat back. Exhale to fold and then bend into the knees until your bum meets your heels, curling up into a little ball, rocking the weight back until you find yourself seated on your mat. We're going to take a nice seated staff pose. If you want to use a strap, this is a great place to do that. You can take it and hook it around the balls of the feet and either keep the knees bent in order to keep the torso nice and long and straight, or keep both legs and spine straight as you reach forward and fold over the legs, reaching towards the toes. We're reaching forward with our belly button and hinging from the hip, tilting the pelvis forward and feeling a nice stretch in the hamstrings. Keep your breath nice and steady and even. We often forget to breathe when we're in these static positions. On an inhale, release the stretch. Remove your strap if you're using it. Sit up tall and bring the soles of the feet together for your Baddha Konasana or butterfly stretch. You can place blocks underneath either knee to help ease this stretch a little bit, or sit on top of a block or pillow to help tilt the pelvis forward. We're going to focus on keeping the spine nice and long. So if that means you're sitting up straight, that is perfect. If you can start to hinge forward, that's great as well. But we don't want to round out the spine or curve the spine at all. Our goal is to feel this stretch in our inner thighs and hips. Gently ease out of your bound angle pose by taking the knees and folding them back together like you're closing a book. And then we're going to take some spinal rolls to come back to standing. So hugging the knees in, rolling forward and back on the spine, gaining a little bit of momentum, seeing if you can come to the feet all the way over into a forward fold. Hang heavy here one last time, letting gravity do its thing. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale to fold. Then we're going to take a nice spinal roll to come up to standing. So bend deeply into the knees and slowly start to stand up one vertebrae at a time, curving out the spine as slowly as you would like. Let the head come up very last. Take one more big inhale, arms circle up to the sky. Let the palms meet, and exhale, hands to heart center. Thanks so much for flowing with me. Namaste.